Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me in Yoga in Our City's virtual studio class for chair yoga. My name is Anne. Please consult the medical practitioner before you engage in any exercise, including yoga. This is especially important if you are pregnant, if you are nursing, taking medication both over the counter and prescription, or you have a pre-existing condition. So virtual studio is what we're presenting this evening, and this is chair yoga. Now, on a personal note, so you all know, this is Yoga in Our City's virtual studio. And if you go back to, even the end of last year, you'll see a whole series of different yoga classes right online, just by a press of your finger. So please join us. Now, for this class today, we're going to talk and do some asanas or postures for people with limited mobility. And everything today can be done sitting on a chair. It's very beneficial for building strength, functionality in our body, and to deepen your connection with yourself. So we're going to be able, while we're sitting in the chair, to be able to do all the different postures and asanas. So let's get ready. All righty. So today I'm going to start with sitting mountain. So this is our foundational pose. The foundational pose is a pose that we can always come back to whenever we're tired or we need a break or we just want to zone out for a little bit. Hopefully that won't happen too often, but just in case. So this is called sitting mountain. Now, sitting mountain, to begin, we have our chair here, and you want to be sure you have a chair with very sturdy legs. And I'm going to move my body to the edge of the chair, but we want to be very careful and cautious because we always want to be safe. So if you notice, there's a distance between my back and where I am at the edge of the chair. Now, with the foundational pose or posture or mountain pose, we start with the feet and we work right up to the top of the head. And this is an active posture or a foundational pose. So for sitting mountain, we're going to start with the feet. And for the sake, even though my feet are a little cold, I'll take my socks off so you can see. And at the bottom of my feet, where the fatty part is, right beneath the toes and on the heel, we're going to sink both feet into the ground in front of us. Now, as far as the distance between the legs or the knees, we want to take our fists and start here by the outside of the knee, I should say the inside of the knee, and just ride the hands right back up. Now, next, we move in to our buttocks. So we're going to take the right cheek and lift it up so we begin to feel our sits bones, and the left cheek the same thing. And if you rock back and forth, you can feel and be aware of both bones sitting on the chair, and you'll notice that you'll be able to really have a beautiful foundational pose. Now, we do have a natural curve in the spine, but we want to be sure that it's always open, that our chest is open and we're able to breathe. And we'll keep coming back to this so we can always keep checking ourselves to be sure that we're not slouching, that we're in an active posture. Okay? Now, after that, we're going to take our finger and just zip up the front of our body right to the top of our head. And this brings to our mind my posture. Am I open? Are my shoulders back? Are my shoulder blades kissing? So what we're going to do is take the shoulders and kiss the shoulder blades together so we have a beautiful open chest. And this way the blood, the oxygen, and the CO2, carbon dioxide, can be exchanged. So after we do this, now we're going to move to the chin. And again, take your fist, or you can turn it this way, whichever, and you're just going to put it under your chin, and your chin should be parallel to the floor, no hyperextension of the neck. Or another point would be our drishti, or the spot where the ceiling meets the wall. We don't want to be farther or look farther up than that. And now next, we're going to take those shoulders and roll them around again, opening the chest, pull back the shoulder blades. And this is our sitting mountain foundational pose. If you notice, your bottom part of your body is an active posture. Of course, what we're trying to always avoid is to slouching in our chair, because then we get a rounded back and our chins lead the way instead of our hips. Okay, now after sitting mountain, I'd like to go through the props. So our props are usually the same. I always have a roller, because we always use that in our warm-up to kind of exercise or move the bottom of the feet. So all the nerve endings get stimulated. And then, of course, we have our block. The block is very important if your feet, the type of chair you have, maybe your feet do not touch the floor. So that's why you want the block. Okay. Now, this is one purpose, and you're going to put one under the left, one under the right. And of course, we can always use this when we're doing some movements of our ankles and our feet and our toes. Okay. But we'll get it back into that. Now, another purpose of this is to keep it behind your back and to the edge of the chair. You could either do that horizontally, like I have mine, or you can do it flat down, but then I'd be too far on the edge of the chair. So you want to stay safe, and I would suggest, if you're going to use the block, then put it vertically against the back of the chair. Okay, so I'm going to slide myself a little bit farther back. Now, our intention, we always have an intention, which is a positive affirmation, which we can repeat 3 times, but we also can take this intention and say it all week in front of a mirror, for example, to remind yourself that the intention is, I am strong, I am secure. And let's say that 3 times. You could say it out loud, or you can whisper it. I am strong, I am secure. I am strong. I am secure. I am strong. I am secure. Beautiful. Come back into your sitting mountain foundational pose. Be sure the feet are grounded on the floor in front of you. Your eyes can even go a little bit farther up, a few feet from your body, or you can look up at your drishti. Now, next, we're going to do some breathing, and we're going to start out with alternate nostril breath. Now, the alternate nostril breath equalizes or allows the left and the right side of the nostril and the brain to complement each other. And the right nostril is usually for energy. So that's a good nostril to be using or to focus on in the morning if you're going to do the alternate nostril breath. The left, which we call the moon, the right is the sun, that energy, and the left is basically the moon. And this is a wonderful breath to use as you're ready to wind down for the evening or whenever you usually take a nap. And it allows you to relax, especially our nervous system. And that would be our parasympathetic. And the right is our sympathetic, which keeps us on high alert, focused most of the day. Okay. Okay, now this is going to be very, very simple. And I take my thumb and I'm going to place it. Well, first I'm going to take a full breath, inhaling and exhaling. So let's do that through the nose and then exhale out through the nose or the mouth. Then take your thumb, close off your right nostril and inhale through the left. Cover the left and exhale through the right. Inhale, cover, and exhale through the right. Again, inhale, exhale through the right. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Close off the right. Close off the left. Exhale through the right. Now let's take two, no, let's do three. Three full breaths. Inhale through the nose. Nice slow exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. And exhale. Now you could keep your eyes closed for a minute or open and just take a pulse and check in on yourself, asking, how do you feel? Do you feel like your left and right side are balanced? It's also a wonderful breath or practice to clean out the nose. So we have tissues, but I don't have my tissues here this evening because you may have to get rid of any of the uh, s- any of the stuff. I don't know what else to call it, but that maybe it's going to come up when you do the alternate nostril breath. So you want to blow it out. Okay, clear your sinuses. Okay, now the next breath we're going to do, it's called the ha breath. And for this, we're going to inhale and we're going to exhale 2 times the length of the inhale. Now, this is an energizing breath. So, this is a great breath to do before you leave the house for whatever activities you have for the day. Okay. Yeah, it's called the Ha breath. And actually, the breath is, I guess it originated from what I was reading about it in Hawaii. So, it's a beautiful breath and it is energizing, but it also is a cleansing breath. So again, you may want to have your tissues nearby. Okay. Now, I have some nice warm water here with tea. So if you have anything to drink, please, and you want to take a sip, please do. Okay. So now for the ha breath, we're going to find that beautiful posture, our sitting mountain foundational pose. Open the chest. And now we're going to inhale, open the mouth, and inhale. Again, inhale. Beautiful. Again, you can close the eyes or leave them open. Check in how you feel. I definitely felt that energy coming with the ha, the out breath. And I could also feel some mucus that has accumulated from the ha breath that it needs to be just gotten rid of. Okay? Now, next, we're going to do warm ups. And we're going to start here with the feet. So you want to put your block down, and you can use one or two. And I'm just going to ask you to press down on your block. Or if you don't need the block or you don't have any, you can press on the floor and just stretch up the toes and then bring them down. Press on the heels and bring them down. Nice and easy. Just to exercise or move the joints in the feet. This, of course, is very important for building strength and the functionality, so our bodies will be able to walk, to move, to when we do the hands, it helps us to be able to open doors, open jars, comb our hair, brush our teeth. And this also helps to deepen our connection with ourselves. Because as we deepen our connection with ourselves, we become more mindful, more aware of every moment, trying to be in the present. Sometimes if you're thinking and your mind goes somewhere else, it's very easy to trip on something that we didn't even know was in front of us. Okay, and now we're going to take this and we're going to move our block away. And I always like in my warm-ups to take my roller, and you may have a roller or you may have something else. And I love to stretch my feet out so I feel the sensation in the bottom of my feet. And you could roll a few times. And if you notice, I'm pressing the sides of my chair. That also reminds me to open my chest. So I'm stretching and my shoulder blades are coming together, which allows me to really be open. And my posture feels wonderful. Okay, so that's our roller. And you could do this anytime, in your own private home or wherever you are. Even if you're working, some people bring weights to their work if they're sitting down at a desk or whatever, and they just rub the foot is on the extension of the weight with the two ends and then just roll it. You can do one at a time. Okay, so there's many innovative, creative ways to keep the body moving or stretching while we're seated. Okay, and that's part of the importance of the chair yoga. This is for everyone, no matter what, whether you're in a wheelchair, regular chair, whether you're having just difficulty walking around or whatever it is, or you just want to do chair yoga. Perfect. Okay. Now, moving up, we're going to start with taking our left leg and we're going to pull that knee up to our chest. Inhale. Now, use your core. Okay. Okay. Use that core. So you're going to bring it down, and then let's take the right and do the same. We'll do this 3 times each leg. Inhale as it comes up, exhale down. And you could rethink your intention. I am strong. I am secure. And just breathe regularly, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the nose or mouth. Now from here, after we pull the knee up to the chest, we're going to go back to the left leg, and we're going to pull this foot across the right leg. Now, if you're unable to bring the foot up crossing the leg, you may just want to leave it down and press your left foot against the right. So it depends upon where you are in your levels. You could be on a level 1, which may be just taking the toes and placing them next to the other foot, or you could be at level 2, which would be around this area, or you could be level 3. So now what we're going to do, we're crossing this foot over and we're going to pull up on the knee and then press it down. Just feel a nice stretch through the inner thigh and also through, you can feel the hip bone. And let's do 3 full breaths. Big breaths. Exhale deeply. Beautiful. Now we'll take this foot, bring it down, but stretch it out. Now you can flex the feet again, get those ankles engaged, and then slowly bring it down. And of course, what we do to one side, we do to the other, the left and the right, because we want to be balanced. Okay, same thing. Level 1, maybe down here. Level 2, maybe here. In level 3 or 4, wherever you are, this would be like level 3, or some people can even be flexible to bring it up to another level. Okay, now we're going to take our right hand, place it on the right knee, stretch that up slightly, and then press it down. Feel the opening of the hip. And let's do 3 full breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Full exhalation. Feel the opening of the hips. Slowly bring that right foot straight in front and let's just move the toes, heel, forward, stretching, stretching, stretching. Yep, this allows synovial fluid in joints to increase. We don't want to have those stiff joints, okay? We want to be able to move. That's why we have to do this. Sometimes I have to do it 2 to 3 times in a day. You know, whatever your body tells you, and that's the beautiful part about deepening your connection with yourself, okay? Because you become more and more of how you feel, sensations in the body and the mind, and what else you may need to, for example, if I feel like my shoulders are forward, I'm going to take those shoulder blades and stretch them back, open my chest. Okay. Now, next, we're going to wiggle our legs out wide. So you want to just wiggle them. So the right and the left, you have a nice big space. Okay. And you can keep the feet either kind of tippy toe on your toes or you can keep them flat, whichever is comfortable. Now what we're going to do, we're going to lift the right hand up and stretch over the left side, opening the side body. Breathe. And then exhale, come down. Let's do the side bend 3 times on each side. Stretch. Notice your alignment. Watch your neck. Be mindful of your neck. Then back down. One more time. Stretch. Beautiful. Open the side body. And then back down. Okay, now let's do the opposite. Inhale. Left side. Stretch over. If you can, just look up towards your left shoulder. Always thinking and being aware and mindful of your neck. As I say every week, that's where I have tightness. That's where I have arthritis. So I have to be very careful in my movement, but yet the importance of moving my neck in small little increments is vital, vital for my comfort during the day. Okay, now we're going to wiggle the legs back. All righty. Now we're going to place our hands on our right leg, and we're going to take our fingers and we're going to walk them down our knee if you can, and then your shin. And if you can stretch, go all the way down to the toes and then come back up. You can use any sensation you want. I'm using the tip of my fingers, but you can do it again one more time. But you may want to instead have more of like an acupressure. Okay, you may want to just take your fingers and knead them into the leg when you go to the shins, when you go to the knees, and when you get down to the toes. Okay, now we're going to move to the left. We're only going to do that twice on each side. Left hand on left leg. You could try something different. You could either walk down the the knees, then the shins, and then all the way down if you can stretch to the tippy toes, and then back up. You can even rub if you'd like. Okay, now the next one on the left side, my knee. I'm moving the knee, the shin, and then all the way down to my toes. And then bring them back up. Now you're going to straighten out the right leg. And again, let's flex those toes, bringing up and down. And then let's do the ankles on the right foot and reverse. Bring the right leg down and then the left straight out if you can. And let's flex toe, heel, toe, heel. And then let's circle ankles and then reverse. Beautiful. Relax that left leg. And now we're going to move up. We've done with the legs. We're going to move to our spine. Now for the spine, what we're going to do is we're going to rest hands on both knees. We're going to inhale, look up, just maybe where that drishti is. And what we're going to do is bring the spine back. This is for the spine. Stretch out the shoulder blades and breathe. And then come forward, and you could feel the flexibility in the spine. Let's do this 3 times, synchronizing the breath with the movement. Stretch, 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 open, and then back down. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to move to the shoulders, and let's do circles with the shoulders. Inhale, coming up towards the ears and down. And then let's reverse it. Get those shoulders engaged. Beautiful. Now from the shoulders, we're going to move to the arms. Stretch your arms out if you can. And you're going to make circles with the arms, keeping them parallel to the floor. Stretch and flex, and then reverse. Then we could take our arms and bring them forward, touch the hands touching, and then back. We're going to do this 3 times, but keep your hands in front of you at the third one, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands and we're going to stretch each of the fingers. Again, synovial fluid. Get those fingers moving. Okay. Now, another thing you may want to do is just take your hand on the left or the right, whichever one you want to start with. Just stretch it out. Pull on each of the fingers gently, but firmly. Good. And then let's shake that one out. And then open, close, open, close. We'll do that 3 times. Open, close. Next one, straight out. And again, let's take the fingers and stretch them and move them. And then the same thing, let's take each of the fingers and stretch it out. Beautiful. And the last part after the spine, the arms, and the hands, we have to take the neck and let's just slowly inhale. Exhale, come around to the right shoulder, back again, and then the left, back again. Let's do 3 times. Beautiful. Nice job, everyone. Okay. Now, how do we feel? Let's shake the whole body out. Get it moving. You can even kind of go up and down on the chair. Okay, feels good. Yeah. And you can move around however you want to. All righty. And then the session will end it by, let's take a nice full inhalation. And let's exhale. Let's do 2 more times. Inhale. And bring the shoulders up and exhale. You're even engaging the spine. And 1 more time. Inhale. Shoulders up. Exhale. Engage the spine. Beautiful. And now you can come back, wiggle your buttocks to the back of the chair if you'd like. Get those shoulder blades, though, open. And remember, sitting mountain was our foundational pose. Now, thank you, everyone, for joining me this evening. And be kind to yourself and be proud that you completed the whole half hour of chair yoga. And you also can remember, go back into the library with Yoga in Our City, and you could find some wonderful classes on there. Not only chair yoga with me, Anne, but you'll also find Sandra has a beginning yoga class, and there's a few other classes that were actually, they're not on the web anymore, or I should say Yoga in Our City, but you can just tap on them and you'll be able to view the class and actively enjoy it. Okay? So thank you very much again. And remember, practice, practice, practice. Practice every day. Do stretching and breathing. And thank you again. And stretch the arms up, palms together. And again, have a wonderful evening. And hopefully I'll see you next Wednesday, same time, same place. Yoga in Our City, virtual yoga studio class with Anne.